Hi, my name is Jake Crone, and this analysis was conducted for sociology in the fall semester of 2015. The article I researched was titled Emotional Intelligence and Personality Traits as Predictors of Psychological Well-Being in Spanish Undergraduates. It was written by Jose Augusto Landa and published in the 2010 journal called Social Behavior and Responsibility. The question they're trying to answer is, what effect does someone's personality traits and emotional intelligence have in determining their psychological well-being? As discussed in class, an independent variable is a factor that causes a change, and the effect of that change is the dependent variable. In this study, the independent variables are personality traits and emotional intelligence, and the dependent variable is the subject's psychological well-being. The researchers expect that the more positive personality traits a person possesses, and the higher the person's emotional intelligence is, then the higher the chance of a healthier and more positive psychological well-being. They used the survey method to collect data. The article states that every third person of student age sitting alone in the public campus locations were asked to participate. This included 249 people, 217 men and 217 women and 42 men. They had these participants fill in 3 different questionnaires. They first tested their emotional intelligence. The second measured personality traits, and the third measured psychological well-being. It was concluded that perceived emotional intelligence were positively related to all dimensions of psychological well-being. Also, clarity and repair were the main predictors. The textbook states that research subjects should generally be informed that they are being studied. The researchers in this study did a good job of following this ethical concern because they told the subjects they were being asked to participate in a voluntary study about happiness and complete a questionnaire. Another concern is to keep the respondent's identity anonymous. The researchers did not list the names of the respondents anywhere, so this concern was recognized and followed. As discussed in class, sociologists take interest in exogenous factors. The study showed that psychological well-being could be predicted by emotional intelligence. A sociologist would argue that well-being is influenced by relationships with your peers and not your own emotional intelligence. It is known that psychologists focus on endogenous factors opposite of a sociologist. The fact that a positive psychological well-being can be predicted by high extroversion rates would interest a psychologist. They would say that extroversion, which originates in the brain, is the reason they can maintain a positive well-being. Another article I found was titled Positive Psychology Intervention Among Long-Term Unemployed People and Its Effects on Psychological Distress and Well-Being. It does a good job of relating to the first article. This one concludes that the long-term unemployment caused higher levels of anxiety and depression, which led to a lower psychological well-being. It relates to the first article in the sense that it focuses on finding predictors of psychological well-being.